Last month, the Anti-Corruption Court issued criminal summons against Minister Kitutu to respond to charges of causing financial loss to government. Although summoned to appear in court today, Minister Kitutu's legal team, led by Jude Biamukama, informed the court of her illness and ongoing treatment.
Important for the prosecution, but we are also hopeful that maybe within a month.
So we propose for 2 weeks. Because A1 has tried to block this prosecution, we are not sure whether in 1 month it will recover. So we are hesitant to agree with A1 position to seek for 1 month's adjournment. We are so glad to do that.
However, the state, you are in support of the submissions of my co-counsel. You are co-counsel.
Yes,
you appear for the same joint client.
Yes. However, what I wanted to maybe to be highlighted for court to understand is that A1 can challenge these proceedings. I think it should be made clear to court whether they chose to prefer an appeal or so that the rest of the parties can go on with the case pending the appeal. Just a clarification for court. We would be thinking A1 is sick, yes, we are seeking redress in a higher court.
People who have just joined or are seeking to join may not feel their temperature. So I want to encourage the lawyers of A1 that the submissions made by counsel for A3 should be taken as an alarm, because these are counsel for their chosen person, and therefore if they are saying it is taking long, it should not only go to observe that, but you as well need to challenging the trial should come to some degree of an end. And you know our practice directions, our practice guidelines are that the case will spend 3 months in the system. So 8 months, we are way far coming backward, and as far as commencing or proceeding in this case is concerned. So I want to encourage you. First of all, I wish your client a quick recovery, because court cannot try a person who is deceased or a person who is ill health. I want to wish you a quick recovery, and I also want to ask you that you take steps to ensure that your client attends court for this matter to proceed. Because for us as court, we do not only do justice, because the law mandates us and the Constitution mandates us not only to do justice, but to ensure that justice is not only done, but should be seen to be done. So to people who left office 8 months ago, yet their proceedings supposed to have commenced 3 months ago, remaining in the court system is not the best. So I want to appeal to you that as I succumb to your prayer for adjournment, and to take heed of the advice or the submission of the state that I maintain your client on criminal summons, I expect that this client will come in the next adjournment.
Minister Kitutu is accused alongside with Geoffrey Selemba, the Secretary, Accounting Officer, Deogracius Masagazi, Under Secretary, and Teresa Twahira, Accountant, all working in the Prime Minister's office. Prosecution led by William Moses Ntumwa requested court to extend the criminal summons against Minister Kitutu and her co-accused Teresa Twahira.
Hold on, who is F4?
F4 is Miss Tracy Atuhire. Your Worship, this matter is coming up for mention. And the last time we were here, this Honorable Court issued criminal summons against both A1 and A4. The summons were duly extracted that very day. And served on A1. Your Worship, immediately after that, A1 chose to challenge this prosecution in the High Court. But however, her pursuit to block the prosecution was unsuccessful. Therefore, Your Worship, we expected A1 to appear today to take plea. However, this morning, we received a letter from J. Yamukama, a company advocate, stating that A1 is ill and undergoing medical treatment. For that matter, Your Worship, our prayer is that the criminal summons that were issued against A1 are extended to enable her get on board. Your Worship, in relation to A4, although we also extracted criminal summons against her, we have not been able to serve her, Your Worship. And our prayer is that those criminal summons against F4 are also extended. For that matter, Your Worship, our prayer is that this matter is adjourned to another date mentioned to enable us to bring both A1 and A4 on board.
Magistrate Ebati Asimu extended the criminal summons against Minister Kitutu and Tresa Twaire until 19th March 2024.
Which has public interest, in which the public has interest. What is give it time, and we shall, once we have started, we shall not take long, like possibly these preliminary issues are causing us to delay. So we expect that on 19th, which I have agreed as a date of next mention, A1 and A4 will appear for pre-taking. And once pre-taking is done, considering the fact that investigation is complete, we shall not take a longer time. At least we have fought backlog, and we don't have that backlog that will make us continue delaying him. For your information, we have only 5 cases, which is 2 years, more than 2 years. So this will not be an exception to those. It's 8 months, but I want to assure you that it will be completed. If it is before me, it will be completed before. Do not see its second birthday. Playing processes, yes. Maybe there could be reasons, but push them fast, such that due consideration is made to these people. Opportunities can be lost along the way. Somebody can be occupying an office, and the next day, by the time he goes back, there is an advert and has been promoted. Some junior person has been promoted, and you can imagine how discomforting it is for a senior staff who is still presumed innocent. What if he is innocent? He's going back to be under the leadership of the junior staff. Okay? So we need to ensure that justice is not delayed, and we want to ensure that we do our best to make sure that trial process takes the shortest possible time. So for record purposes, while I've made several observations, this is what I've documented. I have had the submission of both the State and Council for A3 submitting that their client is facing delayed justice, having spent 8 months in the court system. I take note of the fact that nobody has control over health conditions. While justice delayed is justice denied, there are circumstances where justice hurried, like it is in this case, may be seen as justice buried. Therefore, court will in the circumstance adjourn and extend criminal summons against A1 and A4 and advise that the lawyers of the said accused persons should take steps to ensure that their clients appear in court for pre-taking to enable trial process to commence, and considering the fact that investigations are complete, the matter is adjourned for mention on 19th March 2024 at 11 a.m. where we expect to handle plea for A1 and A4 ahead of the process to commence the proceedings. So, court has adjourned to 19th and your bail is accordingly extended.
In this case, prosecution alleges that between February and June 2022, Minister Mary Kitutu, while performing her duties, failed to conduct various peace-building activities in Karamoja sub-region, causing a financial loss to government of 1.5 billion. Meanwhile, the Anti-Corruption Court has expunged Otiti Clementi's evidence from the court record. As he couldn't submit a report, he recorded from Minister Agnes Nandutu, confessing to receiving 2,000 Karamoja and sheets from the Prime Minister's office. Last month, the police officer Otiti Clement had testified in court, implicating Minister Agnes Nandutu in possessing 2,000 Karamoja and sheets at her farm. However, since the report was authorized by AIGP Andrew Mubiru, who was unavailable to tender it in court, the evidence was expunged. Lady Justice Jane Kajuga set 19th March 2024 to resume with the hearing of the case. Minister Agnes Nandutu faces charges of dealing with suspected property allegedly involved in the Karamoja and sheets scandal. Prosecution claims that Minister Agnes Nandutu committed the said offences in June 2022 at the office of the Prime Minister's stores in Namamve and at Koraselo Buranyi Parish in Mukono District.